Good evening, everyone. Welcome to an evening talk for Juwai IQI Canada. My name is Yousaf Iqbal, country head of Juwai IQI Canada. And as you know, we bring in our family members to this platform, and we talk a little bit about their journey, and also that how things have been for them when they started the journey, and what they look in future for the journey. So today I've been joined none other than uh, Bob Zou, who is our VP Operations of Joy IQI Canada. How are you doing, Bob?
I'm good. How are you, Yousaf?
I'm doing very, very well. You and I had so many casual talks. I thought this is the time now. Let's, let other people find out. And the good thing
Mhm.
is that though we are talking, in Facebook Live together, but for the viewers, I want people to know that every Friday and Sunday, it's been what, over like 6 weeks now? 4 to 6 weeks
That's
now?
right. This is the 6 weeks. Yeah.
Almost 6 weeks now. So Bob, Ben, and Ray have been doing a Facebook Live in Mandarin and Cantonese. In fact, yesterday we had Joseph as well, who just joined us. So, Bob, I, people have seen you on Facebook. We've been tagging you, but now it's time to, find out about Bob. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Bob. Your background. How did you start? Your schooling.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Definitely. First of all, thank you for having me today. Yeah. So, like Yusuf's mentioning, we're also doing a live talk on Friday in Mandarin, Sunday in Cantonese. Feel free to tag us as well. First of all, a little bit introduction for myself. My name is Bob Zou. Okay, the VP operation in Juwai IQI Canada right now, and also I've been in this real estate field for about 12 years now. Okay, uh, when I was just came to Canada, that was like 1999 as international students, which like visa student nowadays. Back in the days that everything's different. Okay, doing as an immigrant to Canada, especially speaking Mandarin around that time was really tough. Uh, for instance, like you can find a proper job because speak Mandarin. I don't know why, but that's how I got to learn Cantonese
Oh,
back in
wow.
the
Okay.
days. Exactly, I have to learn that, otherwise I couldn't find a job. But anyhow, I started like international student. I was here for a study permit, basically. After a couple of years, once I got through my school years, and I figured out, okay, I should just get an immigration of myself, because that's the whole purpose of getting to Canada. And the policy was very welcoming, right,
Very
for
nice.
immigration to arrive here. And I can see around the 2000 time, and it's just Chinese immigrants are just keep growing. Um, and back in the days, my major was actually electrical engineer. So after I graduated, I actually got my immigration and went to do my major career. So it was like electrical engineer. But this is a particular electrical engineer that more leaning towards commercial building designs.
Okay.
I was doing a little bit how to design the generator, how to design the wiring system or PLC, the stuff. It was fun at the beginning, but as I move along, like I grow. I did almost like 8 years in electrical engineer. After 8 years, you start seeing uh, you know uh, a lot of things happening every day, like just no difference at all, like from point A to point B. It just don't feel like anything that really challenging no more.
No
I was
excitement.
exactly, and I was designing. I was designing the properties. I was designing, on AutoCAD. Every time I was just talking to the computer. Like I don't get a
Yeah.
chance to talk to people. But then somehow I just feel like whenever I went on a meeting with clients or property managers, I start finding like I'm so enjoy those time. Like I just want to talk to them. I just want to have fun with them. rather than sitting in front of a computer. So I just start finding myself, oh, maybe I'm more of an outgoing guy. So I start talking to these property managers, from the commercial side, and they're all suggesting that, Bob, like, you seems like very outgoing, like to talk to people. You should do something more challenging, more sales to oriented jobs.
Wow.
So, I was quite interested in real estate. That's where I start getting my license. I said, you know what, I might as well just get my license while I'm still working in electrical engineer. And once I got my license, I got busy. All of a sudden, my friend heard, okay, Bob, you got a license. Why don't you just help me with the properties, this and that? And I was just like, okay. I started with part-time, finding properties for my friends, and everybody's happy. But then I start getting busier and busier. I lost my balance. Like, I don't know which side is more, I should focus on. Eventually, when I was turning 30 years old, when I was in electrical engineer, I decided to say, you know what, hey, it's been now I'm 30 years old. I'm going to give myself a big gift by resigning from the electrical engineer. I just want to, in my 30s onwards, I wanted to do something more challenging, more
Wow.
eye-opening job, because I wanted to learn more. I wanted to know more people, know more things, rather than just designing things and from point A, point B. So from that time, I just full time doing real estate. But then it was really tough at the beginning of a few years, because in this line of work, we don't get the chance to learn from a mentor or a coacher like back in the
That's
days.
true.
You're on your own, right? You gotta self learn. So you gotta learn from the mistakes you make, right? But for the first 3 years, at the beginning was a little bit okay, because I got some friends, relatives, they wanted to buy. Those are easy, because they're not gonna say, Bob, you're doing not right, you're doing something wrong or whatever. They're not gonna tell you until
Yeah.
one day a friend of mine decided to fire me on their listing. I was listing
Oh,
their
wow.
property, and this is, yeah, so Bob, this is, you definitely don't know what you're doing. That was the first time within the first 3 years I started realizing I'm not really doing it correctly. So I decided to go to different companies to learn what it's all about in real estate. Unfortunately, a lot of companies that I have been to are over a lack of proper support, education. Obviously, not everybody is perfect fit for this line of work, but a basic system, I think, is a lot of companies missing back in the days. That's why I changing from company to company until one day I was sort of landing on the property. My previous company, we were focusing on the teamworks, which is, I think I liked it, and also we were focusing on the resale for listing side. In this line of work, we say listing is the king, right?
That's right.
So we wanted to do the listing rather than focus on buyer side, and that's what I have done for the past 5 years, working as a team leader, having 25 team members working for me, and then we're working closely towards the listing side on the resale,
Amazing.
a little bit
Let,
pre-construction. That's what
let's
we do.
let's say hi to a few people who joined us. So obviously, Joseph has joined us. Hey, Joseph. You know,
Hi,
it was
Joseph.
good.
How are you?
It was good continuing session. I couldn't understand a bit of it, but it was still good. With all support. So Junaid
Hi,
has joined
Jeanette.
us as well. Junaid
Hi,
has
Jeanette.
joined, and we got Emerson. I think she's also from Malaysia. Very
Yes,
very
yes.
constantly she's joining us. So hi, Emerson.
Hi, Mercy.
Joseph, I'm here.
Hello.
He's here. We know you're here, Joseph. So
That's
what an
good.
amazing turnaround from electrical engineering going to a sales side of it and a marketing side of it, and then turning out to be real estate. So from a time you were electrical engineer to in real estate, like what was the transition time period in between that?
It took me about like 2 years to really fully transfer those transition period time was really tough because I gotta finish my job first and finish my electrical engineer job, and after 5 o'clock and I go out start searching property for my clients, and that took me about 2 years to get that out of the way. And then when I turned into full time, I was actually having a really tough time on the first 3 years. Once I really start struggling, like I gotta put the marketing, I gotta do my own thing, do everything, have to do my by my own. I was a little bit hesitant to keep going. I was thinking one day maybe I should go back to electric engineer, uh, But then I think I was lucky enough just to getting to know certain people in this industry who's actually was giving me some advisories in terms of like how to start from the scratch, and you got to have a better mindset to look at this career path. You cannot just simply looking at each deals or whatever. You got to have a bigger plan, and you got to plan this as a career path. What is the eventually the designation that you want the destination you want to go to? You wanted to achieve what, like that kind of things. That makes me thinking. That's. I was just looking back what I did previously in electrical engineering. My experience was I started with a little company, like 6 people. We're working on the projects, like very tiny, 1,000 to 2,000 square feet, commercial tenanted building units. We were designing that kind of stuff, try to make it happen within 2 weeks. And I have to take care of every little design from one corner to the other corner. And the payout eventually was very limited. So it's about like 3 years I was doing that kind of things. I got to take care of everything by myself, design wise. And then once I decided to jump to another company, which is about like 60%. And the project size is a lot bigger. It becomes like retail. You're gonna do design on like Starbucks or Tim Hortons, Wendy's, that kind of stuff. We were designing all those things, and you're working in a little team, a team of 4, a team of 5.
Okay.
But then the project size is like it's more like a medium size, and the payout is a lot better than the previously. And the amazing thing is in that team, everybody just do 1/4 or 1/5 of the things that totally had to be
Right.
done. That was 1/4 of it, and my workload is getting smaller, and the payout is getting better, but the project size is getting bigger too. And that made me thinking, like working in the team, apparently it seems like we can deal with more stuff, like more manpower to work on the bigger projects. So that made me jump it again to one of the largest engineering firm in North America,
Nice.
which has like 500 people in Toronto,
Wow.
and it was just one of them. And the projects that we were taking on was 50-story high-rise commercial buildings for like TD Tower, CIBC, RBC,
Wow.
those, in downtown. And we're working in a team of 10 or sometimes even 15 in the team. And each of us will only take care of 1/10 of the amount of the work. And
That's
that
right.
amount was even lesser than my previously 1/4. And the payout is even higher, like the
Yeah.
payrolls. And that makes me thinking, oh, the better the team, the larger team is, the better we can achieve. So that gives me like, and the project size is a lot bigger too.
Yeah.
And that gives me the thinking is that, oh, how come the real estate cannot do the similar thing, right? So
Awesome.
I was searching at that point when I was starting, planning my career. I was actually searching something like whether I can do a team thing, because I have the team experience and I'm a really good team player, and I'm pretty sure there are tons of real estate agents in this industry are having the same experience. So I decided to do that, for the last 5 years, and I think I was lucky enough managed to get it done and get a lot of the similar mindset agents joining together, and working as a team. and it's been very successful, especially for 2019. We actually were nominated for the top 20 team in GTA.
Wow,
That was
amazing.
actually one of they for the entire year we did like almost like 103 deals
Wow,
just for
very
listing.
nice.
So that
Amazing.
was amazing. But then it was really tired year. Like we had to work our ass off a little bit about that year. But I
I'm
mean,
sure you are, right?
yeah, I mean that's why it make me thinking again, because as you go along in this industry, you just feel like, okay, you have seen this, you have done that, and now you have to step back a little bit, look at the overall pictures, like design one more time, or
Yeah,
planning one more time for the future. I was thinking I need to step up again. I think the team is good, but then the company also have to have a very similar concept, similar mindset, or similar system setups to support this type of team concept as well. Because I think that was a lot of companies are missing as well, because they're supporting individuals most of the time, and supporting team they're really lack of. So I mean, again, I think my luck is just always very good, and I got to know you, Yousaf. Right? I can still recall that similar time, the time you were calling me, and I wouldn't be able to pick it up, and
it,
I was calling
it was
you,
like
you
we
couldn't
went
pick it up.
we went along almost like 10 days before we actually had a chance to talk to each other, because we were messaging each other.
Exactly.
When I called you, you were somewhere busy. When you called me, I was somewhere busy. And then finally we had that phone call. I think there was like less than 5 minutes. I said, okay, let's get
Yeah.
onto a Zoom call after that.
Yeah, you see, this is like I have to say, is this is exactly I look up to you too. Like when you never really
Thank
say
you.
anything. Oh, because this guy is not replying, or this guy is not picking up my call. Let's forget about it. And I also replied, and also said,
Of
sorry, I
course you
missed your
did. Yes.
call, but I can.
Yeah,
And we have this. This is the mindset we have been
that's right.
built for so many years. And it's like we so respect each other, and we're like
Absolutely.
yourself, you're leading a whole company, you're leading a whole team. Everybody work in the same direction, same force, and that makes everybody strong, make the company strong. And that's actually the first impression I got, like from you, because you're representing the Juwai IQI.
That's
That's
right.
when I the first time heard something like that. And by hearing of it, you're looking at this person who's actually introducing that to me, and you're gonna look at this person yourself, whether this person gave you that kind of vibe, that kind of feeling that, hey, this is a good platform. And indeed, you were actually giving me that impression, because you're representing the branding. I was looking at the branding, I was starting to listen to you saying, it makes me just very excited. And then after a few around of talking and research, I start realizing, Juwai IQI is such a strong platform. Like I couldn't say no to it. And then with yourself, you're very positive and very great leader. I was just saying, you know what, I want to be a team leader too. Like, and when I look at you, is okay, we can definitely work together.
No,
And that's
thank you for that. It's a mindset that gets people working together. Joseph's comment is very good. Trophy needs extremely hard work. Absolutely agreeable. Things doesn't come out that easy, and it's all about the mindset. The good thing about the Jawai IQI mindset, right from the top management, where it comes from Kashif, Daniel, Joe, from all the top directors. That's the mindset which we have had, in terms of making sure that working as a team is looking after each other. And if you look after each other and you look at the growth, and that's how it happens. And again, with you, I think you and I, right away we clicked was the mindset, because you've dealt with
that's
a
right.
team, you've handled the team, you've got those leadership skills as well. That how to, I know it's not that easy, when you're talking about 103 deals, people are
Yeah.
listening to me. Trust me, 103 deals is not a joke. If you're a
That's
team
right.
leader, you're doing these deals, you are constantly 24/7 busy on a phone call or a message, coming along on
Oh
that.
my God. Yeah. Well, I mean, look at my gray hair. That was from last 3 years. That's how I gained my all my gray
But
hair.
you got gray hair,
Yeah.
I lost my hair.
Well, some point in time, I'm probably gonna missing that too. Well, but I mean, this is, but along the way, we're just so happy about about what we're doing, what we have achieved, and feel very comfortable, very as a team leader, that's something you're offering your teammates or your company, and eventually it becomes something for real. You can visualize that, and you can feel like, hey, it's something that we have achieved. That's the milestone. So, I mean, I think this is where, being a real estate agent in the real estate industry, that's where the funds are. You're not here just come in, just do deals like that. You actually try to achieve something on this journey. You wanted to probably what's your goal is, right? You want to achieve your dream in down the road. So I think for each 5 years, I have sort of planned in a certain way that I wanted to achieve that much. But then I think Juwai IQI, with Yousaf yourself, definitely opened my eyes even more. And plus, the pandemic right now, everybody is relying so much on the online platforms,
Yeah,
and Juwai IQI did such a great job in that sense. Like even 10 years ago, you guys already start designing this one. I mean, this is vision. This is vision.
yeah,
And also, the way it's set up is like the leaders, the founders of the company, when we are approaching them, yourself, like you're not really looking at a person telling you what to do, they're just showing me what you have done first. And also, you basically showed me like, you guys are in the industry. You guys have done this so many years. You're not like someone who actually sit in the back of the office just looking at, oh, what kind of numbers are going up. No, you guys are actually literally in the field doing the job, like as doing the same thing as we did. And you guys knowing exactly what we're looking for as a real estate agent from all over the countries. In Toronto, it's the same thing. All the agents has been doing 550 years of the traditional real estate
yeah.
industries. Everybody's looking for a change, right? And especially for this pandemic thing, I'm not going to be surprised that a lot of agents actually lost their
Yeah,
job, for the past year or so. And we have 60,000 agents in
that's
Toronto, in
right.
GTA.
Yeah,
And I was looking at some numbers previously, like for the entire year, there is only a handful, like a 10% the most, agents are actually doing 10 deals for the entire year. Like, that's crazy. Like 10 years, just imagine, like each month you barely did one deal. Uh,
exactly.
and, right, and that's 10%. What about the
Yeah,
rest? You can see there are like, well, more than 35% agents did zero deals.
true.
That's crazy. Like, I think when I recall myself, when I was just starting, when I was just started this line of work, I have probably one of those agents in that 35%, because I don't know exactly how to start. Nobody really teach me, or nobody really tell me, Bob, you should do this from point A to point B. You got to start with this, start with that. Like, even fill up just a form, use some clauses. It took me almost like the entire day just to figure it out, and then I'm still making mistakes, right?
I, I
But
just
yeah,
I just recorded my first video, and it's on the Facebook, and I said exactly about my journey with real estate and exactly what you're talking about. The first transaction I remember was a lease agreement. It took me 8 hours to figure out the clauses
oh
and
my
figure out
god,
how to even put everything together. And I was like, it's just a lease, man.
yeah. I mean, definitely, and that's where I think Juwai IQI also did one thing right as well. We started with a great vision, great team leaders, great founders, and and the company, the way the built is focusing on the agent's needs. Whatever need agents requires or need to achieve, to have, the company will make it happen. Not even thinking, can this agent make that much for me, or that agent? No, the company never thought about that. Just go in there, make it happen, get it done, and all the agents just going to be benefiting from it. And that's where the first thing I was so impressed. And also the company was started with this training education towards like the new agents type of things.
Yeah.
If one manager is not enough, why don't we have a team? We have a whole team of mentoring. We have a whole team of coaching. I was just thinking myself, like, I wish when I was just first start, I may have run into this kind of company so I can, approach this person, that person. I can learn very fast. And if I need it, I may have a client, or I might have a friend of mine, say, just start, like for the first time I was doing my listings, I was fired, right? What if that day, if I have this Juwai IQI company platform of mentors available for me, what I would do is just bring that client along with me to meet with my leader, or when my mentor, just go over about the needs, go over the market, the analysis. And then the clients or my friends looking at me says, Bob, you're new, but you're definitely on the right platform. I will give my case to you, and I'm definitely have confidence to, for your team, that you can figure it out for me. And for me, I'm benefiting. I'm getting the deal done with the help of mentoring, and I wouldn't mind to even give a little bit of my commission to my mentors together. We work together, and along the way, I learned exactly what is the proper way of doing this type of thing. So for the next deal that I'm come across, I will be 100% ready to go. So this is the type of things, I was so wished one day I can do that. But now I have all that kind of experience. I come back, looking back as, what, I want to be that, mentor thing too. I want to teach. And funny enough, like a lot of people like us are thinking alike. We're thinking alike things. We wanted to help agents. We wanted to help them to grow. And, all they need to do is just ask. So I think this is another thing I was so impressed by Juwai IQI structures. And everybody is so much positive thinking, like so much good mindset, and trying to help each other rather than competing each other. And that's where the Toronto is needed. Like a lot of brokerage are lacking off right now.
As you know, our motto is like changing lives and realizing dreams for our agents and for our clients. And that's one motto which we have carried out very successfully in other countries. I mean, and that's the reason we're able to expand, so enormously, like, with right now 17 countries with 19,000 agents coming along. As you mentioned, it's very important about the culture and the support that is very much required. The competition is always healthy, but that competition has to be created in a different way. One thing you're right, which we were looking at and was lacking was like agents. As you said, there's 60,000 agents, but everybody's trying to just cut through each other. Why can't we just work as a team, and everybody gets benefit out of that? And I saw one of your listing presentations which you have made, amazing. And I can see that, Bob, that's the reason you have a team. And and I want agents to know that Bob is already making a team in the East End. We have opened up an office, in a branch office in Richmond Hill, and which is headed by Bob. And apart from his role of VP operations, he's also looking at not just the operations side, but also at the same time building up the teams. So that's an amazing job which you're doing, Bob. And I know how aggressive and how active you are. And
Thank you.
that's the mindset. That's the mindset which we need from our from people like you.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I was thinking the number was, I think last month was 16,000, right? The agents. So a lot of, now is what,
Exactly.
19,000?
19,000 Asians.
Oh my God, that's just 1 month, eh?
That's 1 month. We just had last time they had about 1,400 people were coming for a Zoom session, and the maximum limit was 1,000. So they had to like
Oh,
2, 3 sessions on that in Malaysia right now. That so now it's a total of 19,000 agents.
you see, that's what I was telling everybody in my team previously is that when a company have a good platform, a good system, a good mindset, and having a group of pioneer group of leaders, in the same thinking, same concept, doing the same thing, going in the same directions, and the company are going right directions, all the agents just gonna looking at it and just join, like they're just gonna come in automatically. Unlike, we have seen this, in Toronto, a lot of agents jumping from brokerage to
Yeah,
brokerage from time to time. Like I did the same thing too, because I just
sure.
never feel like that click. Like I never felt like the company's doing some support like to the agents. Like probably a lot of agents are asking the company, say, what kind of support can give to me. I was not that type of personality. I was asking the company what kind of support that you can give to the agents.
That's right.
I'm just one of them, not just support me. Like, and I think that's where a lot of the individual brokerages that they have done previously in Canada, in Toronto, you can see some of them, they're actually closing down during
Yeah,
the pandemic time. Unfortunately, that was it's been there for 100 years in Canada. Nobody can change that, and people so get used to this when they approach like with new concept or new ideas or new culture, new background type of things. People hesitate to look into that. Like they just want to bury their head to work on their deals, and probably getting one done and just looking for another one. But they never really pay attention on the big pictures. What is your plan? What is your route like towards, like, from your current situation to your success? Like they never thought about that. So I think definitely with Juwai IQI's mentoring team, I can see that a lot of agents can benefiting from it. For the first starters is, we can design based on or customize based on this agent's personalities or past experience, or what this person is good at, and then sort of customize in a way that they can, from stage 1 to stage 4,
that's right.
how you're gonna achieve that, and then utilizing the company's platforms, the lead generation stuff. I think can definitely a lot of agents are benefiting from that.
No, absolutely. As you said, it's all about the platform and the support which is required. And the very good thing you mentioned about these stages. A lot of time when real estate agents get into a career, it's always those first, 2 or 3 years, as you mentioned, is the tough years. Whether do I continue or not continue? It's not. It's difficult to be self-employed. And that's
Yeah.
where when we have discussed so many ideas, along that, let's how we take an agent from one stage to the second stage. Not only that, do you want to be in pre-construction? If you're going to be in pre-construction, how you talk to a mentor in the pre-construction? If you want to be into a resale, there's so many things in the resale. As you said, going to a listing presentation and making sure you put that first impression is the last impression. Very much
Yeah.
important, rather than just going in blindly and trying for that, and just losing out. Even if it's your own friend, as you mentioned,
That's right.
commercial division. Now we got such a strong commercial team which is coming on. So we have that program, the mentorship program for each and every agent. And again, something about the life cycle of the agent. What stage of your life cycle are you at, and where are you heading on to that?
That's right. See, I mean, last time, I think last couple of weeks, we were doing a series of the live
Yeah,
talk. It's talking about the stages of the agents. So, we can just recall that, like, the number one stage is basically the honeymoon stage, like you
that's right.
mentioned, 1 to 2, 3 years. That was actually the best timing for agents to get started, because, who doesn't have friends? Who doesn't have
Exactly.
schoolmates? So they all started like that. We all started like that, and then probably
Yeah,
we wanted to get lessons to for our own use, buying properties or whatever. But then what then, right? for the
Yeah.
customer base, typically there are three types of customers. One is referral, and the other one is the return customer,
Yeah.
and the toughest one is the new customers. So
That's
that's
right.
where the agents are so frustrated at, because nobody really knowing, like nobody are graduated from marketing school, so nobody knows exactly what to do, to be honest with you. So, and that's where the second stage, a lot of agents actually decided to leave, which we call it the treadmill. The treadmill,
Yeah.
you're literally walking on the treadmill machine. You're just going, you're not moving anyways. You're just staying where you were. And then you're going to be very tired of doing it. And you just feel like a lot of hiccups, a lot of bottleneck that you just cannot, work it through. So that's where a lot of agents who actually decide to leave this field. And some of the agents that decided to stay, where these agents are heading towards the third stage, which is the crossroads stage. A lot of choices, like you mentioned. They decide to go with pre-construction. They want to go to buyer or seller, commercial. A lot of choices for them to make. Or myself, I wanted to become a teammate, team player. I wanted to build on my team, or I wanted to join a Juwai IQI to become, a mentor, or there are a lot of opportunities. And obviously, with the Juwai IQI's help, agents can benefiting to get all those new customers, because Juwai IQI has so much platforms that can bring leads in, not only just locally but also internationally. And that's where a lot of agents also will benefit. And for those agents who actually stay behind, wanted to keep going on, eventually they will hit to the fourth stage, become a business owner. And that's where all the agents want to become, what we all want to become a business owner. So as a business owner, you have to have a business plan. You have to have, the goal, the dream, what do you want to achieve? So as a business owner, also they're going to, by staying with Juwai IQI platform, they got more opportunity to look over, probably the company design wise, or how I expand myself. Do I want to be a branch manager? Do I wanted to open up my sub brokerage or whatever?
Yeah.
A lot of things they can do, right? So once the platform is ready, I think agents are ready. They can grow very, very fast in platforms. So I think the fourth stage agents, everybody has heard about that. Just talk to us. I guess Juwai IQI
Absolutely.
can show you what it needs to be done.
And I always say that dream work, teamwork makes the dream work. So it's all about having the right team and right mindset of people working together in making your dreams come true. So we got a little note from Joseph. Amiable experience and memories always derive from lots of difficulties and failures and sense. Absolutely true, Joseph. Absolutely true.
That's true.
So
That's
what
true.
we're going to do is that we will continue our sessions with you, Bob. Because this was the first introduction session. The series which you're talking about, again, the platform which we have created for the agents. And again, my next talk, I want to, have you and Janelle with us, and then we'll talk about, why Juwai IQI platform is is arising right now, and why people should be looking at this particular platform, and how we have been successfully able to change lives for these 19,000 agents. And as as a company, as a team, the opportunities which we have, whether it's going to be in terms of mentorship or branch opportunities or growing up together and helping each other, you know in future, and what our goals are, and we have very, very clear defined goals. So we'll be discussing that in our next sessions. So with this note, thank you so much. You want to add anything else, Bob, before we say bye to the
Pleasure.
public?
Pleasure. Yeah. Well,
Great, thank
okay.
you.
Well, thanks for having me. Thank you for tuning in. A lot of the followers I have seen very good comments. Thank you for that. We're looking forward to see you guys next time.
Absolutely. Everybody take care of yourself. Thank you so much. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.